How did that Barcelona team compare to the great Ajax team under Van Gaal?
Well, it was actually the same because it was the same style. I came from AC Milan, where I didn't have a very good time. It was a different system, difficult mentality of playing. And all of a sudden, Louis van Gaal wanted me to have me back to Barcelona. And yeah, it was like a fish in the water. If you see all the players who play around you, well, you can imagine that I had a good time.
You know, before I just asked you about sort of Louis van Gaal and where you have to be, I always remember at that stage there was always felt like there was problems with Rivaldo. He didn't want to play on the left, he wanted to play number 10, and in that system there's no number 10. Is that a sign of maybe Louis van Gaal's ways? You have to, because he was maybe the best player in the world at that time, in the top 2 or 3 players.
Yeah, there were some arguments about the position that Rivaldo wanted to play, but you know, as I said in the last part, sometimes he did what he had to do, and this, and that was coming in, and playing from this side, and then scoring a goal, and then looking at the bench from where do I need to play, you know?
What about a young Guardiola? What was he like to play with? What was he like?
Well, he was not that young anymore, but yeah, he was the leader. He was already such a good player in knowledge, in positioning the other players next to him, and of course he is known for the killer ball, as I say it, and that's the vertical ball, just splitting a whole defense apart. And a lot of times I scored like this with his passes. You know that he was sorry if I can sign. I was like here, and he was here, and then he will kick the balls just straight in my legs, and I could turn around. And yeah, we knew from each other that was my specialty, to just open myself and go inside here or inside here, and he will give the ball in my feet, and then I could open and score.
When you were playing with him, did you see a manager already?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, he was a player. He was the captain of the team, and you know, every time before he receives the ball, he knows already where to pass it, and that's the whole philosophy of the game of Barcelona and also of Ajax actually. But he is a player who really read the game so good, and you already see that the players that he's got in his team, especially in the midfield, are players who he recruited.
This looks a tough one then when you see those the galaxy of stars that you were playing with, Patrick. But who was the best player that you played with during your time at Barca?
Well, I played with a lot of fantastic players. I'm really grateful to have played with such quality players around me. But if I really need to say one player, I would say Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho is a player who's got it all. He's got speed, strength, technique, scoring ability. You know, all those ingredients makes him the best that I played with.